Let's take a look at how to play Halloween Category Clash and how to customize it for your group. You can find this game and more at Good Golly Games. To start, open the PowerPoint file for your preferred version and sound options. The game comes in two versions, macro and no macro, each with 3 sound options, normal, low, and no sound. I'll show the differences during the demo. If you use the macro version, the first slide has a macro test to confirm everything is working. If not, follow the troubleshooting steps to enable macros. These steps are also included in your order as a separate file if you'd prefer printing them. Once you have the file open, start the slideshow from the beginning. There is an optional black slide that you can use to have the game up but not visible until you click the slide. You can delete this slide if you would rather have the game start immediately. The game starts with a quick intro, and once you're at the main screen, click Play Game. The first slide lets you enter your player or team names. Type in the names for 2 to 6 players. Then click Let's Play to go to the How to Play instructions. Players will be given a list of 12 different categories along with a key letter. They will try to come up with an answer for each category that starts with the key letter. So for example, if the first category is colors and the randomly selected letter is B, they might write down blue. Try to write answers for as many of the 12 categories as possible before the time runs out. Only unique answers will get a point, so in our color category example, if 2 players had blue as their answer, neither would get a point. If 1 player had black as their answer, they would get 1 point. There's an optional rule you can use if you want, where players earn multiple points if they have an answer with multiple words starting with the key letter. So in that case, if a player had baby blue, they would get 2 points. The instructions are editable, so if you'd rather have all answers, not just unique answers, get a point, feel free to edit the instructions. Click Continue to review the rules with your players before starting. Once you've gone over the instructions, click Let's Play to begin. You'll see the board with 12 categories. In the version with the scoreboard, click the question mark button to reveal a random letter, or click one of the letters to choose a specific letter. In the version without the scoreboard, click Start to mix up the letters, and then click Stop and Reveal to show the randomly selected letter. Once the letter is revealed, start the timer. There are 4 options included. Mummy March is 3 minutes, Dracula Dash is 2 minutes, and Zombie Zoom is 1 minute. Franken Free allows you to have the timer as long or short as you want. It will just continue until you end it. You can also skip the timer if you prefer. Once you start the timer, music will play in the versions with sound and the timer will spin. When the time runs out, you will get a Time's Up message. Once the time is up, or if you want to end the timer early, click the Tally Scores button. The first category will be highlighted, and players can share their answers for that category. In the version with the scoreboard, click the Score button to add a point for any player that has a unique answer. In the version without a scoreboard, players should mark their points on their own answer card. So for example, if the first category is Things in a Haunted House, let's say player 1 and 2 had cobwebs, so they would not get any points. Player 3 had creepy sounds, so you would give them 1 point. Let's say player 4 had creepy crawlies. If you're playing with the optional points rule, you would give them 2 points. And then player 5 had creatures, and player 6 had corpse, so they each get 1 point. Once you've checked all the players' answers and added their points, click on the second category to highlight it. Continue tallying the scores for all 12 categories. Once you're done with the scores, you will select a new letter. Each category list should be played 3 times with 3 different key letters. In the version with the scoreboard, click the letter button again and the categories will reset and a new letter will be revealed. In the version without the scoreboard, click Play again to reset the categories, then click Start and Stop to reveal a new letter. In this version, there is a chance you will get a duplicate letter. If that happens, simply click Start and Stop to get a different letter. After you've played the category list 3 times, go to the next list by clicking the arrow in the upper right corner in the version with the scoreboard, or the Next List button in the version without the scoreboard. There are a couple other buttons to be aware of. If you need to manually change one of the team's scores, use the buttons to go up or down. The Reset Scores button will reset all the scores to 0, and the Final Scores button will jump to the final scores if you want to end the game early. The game comes with 10 category lists. The initial game has 3 lists in the section called Game Categories. If you scroll to the end of the presentation, there's a section called Extra Categories with the remaining lists. To use these, simply drag or copy and paste them into the Game Categories section above. The standard game is 3 lists, played 3 times each with different letters, but you can adjust the number of lists depending on how long you'd like the game to last. You can play the game as provided, or if you want to personalize or refresh the game, it's very easy to change the categories. If you've already played the game, go into any game slide and click the Reset Scores button to reset the score to 0 and avoid errors when changing slides. To create your own category list, go to the end of the presentation where you will find a blank template slide. Copy and paste the blank template slide into the Game Categories section above and type in your 12 categories. If we play the slideshow, the new category list comes up. You can also simply edit the existing categories directly without adding new slides. The game comes with printable answer cards for players to write their answers for each category. The printable PDFs are letter size, 8.5 by 11 in black and white, and have 2 cards per page. You can either cut them in half or provide them as is, depending on how many lists you plan to do. If you're using the PowerPoint version with the scoreboard, players don't need to track their own scores on the answer card. But if you're using the version without a scoreboard, ask players to keep track of their own scores on the answer card. I hope this demo was helpful. You can find this game and more at Good Golly Games. Feel free to contact me with any questions, and I'd love to hear how your event goes. I hope you enjoy Halloween Category Clash!